Well, hello and welcome. Let's talk about jumping timelines or a quantum leap. So perhaps you are feeling like you're being called into something more. Maybe you feel like you've been kind of sitting in a big giant void, like a womb of energy that just feels potent and pregnant. And you're not really sure what the more is that's calling your name, but you know there's something coming. So, how do you jump into that new version of yourself very easily is the question. That is really what jumping timelines is about and quantum leaps are about, is listening to what's calling your name. And imagination really is the bridge that allows you into that new reality. So basically, let's do a little quantum activation here. The energy of this recording is going to be a quantum activation. My intention is for you to experience some kind of evidence in your experience that shows you that this new reality is close by, and a little hint of what it could be that inspires you into your next action. So that's my intention for anybody watching this video. So if you're watching this video, look out for those bits of evidence, those synchronicities, those positive synchronicities, not to be confused with negative synchronicity. So let's just really briefly talk about time and space, and then we'll do a quantum activation. So time and space, it is a construct that we have chosen to drop ourselves into. Our consciousness has decided to focus ourselves into this version, this current moment that you are in. You have chosen this particular version of yourself to experience something, and time and space is simply a way for us to measure that experience. We wouldn't be able to feel our fingertips rubbing against each other and the heat that is happening between my fingertips if we didn't have time and space. You wouldn't be able to enjoy a delicious dessert and have it melt on your tongue unless there was time and space. There's so many variations of what you would not be able to experience if there weren't time and space. So we're grateful for time and space, and we made it all up. So you are a multidimensional being. You are in many different places, many different potentials and possibilities all at once. And the more that you're feeling is another version that's very close by. And the frequency of it is so close that that's why you can feel it calling your name. And so you're going to tune to that version. And I'm getting an image here of a crystal, and essentially that you are looking into this crystal, and this crystal is gorgeous. It has, it's fairly clear, but it's got all of these colors, these iridescent colors on all the different facets, and they're purples and pinks and blues and greens, and but very light and like angelic looking. And every facet, when you look into this crystal, you see yourself, and you're just slightly different. And while the look on your face might be just a little bit different, and this one you're frowning, and this one you're smiling, and this one you're laughing, there might also be clothing differences in those different facets. You might see yourself doing different things. And one of those things you might be, jumping out of an airplane. And another one, you might be tending a garden. You could be doing these different things in these different facets. And so this really is you. You are multidimensional. You are multifaceted. And you are choosing the way that quantum physics works to just help our logical brain understand what's going on, is the way quantum physics talks about this, is that you are at once, everything is made of waves, made of photons. And photons essentially are waves and also particles. So they are both and you are an instance of that as well. You are full of photons, but you as a soul are also this photon, this energy that is a wave and a particle. And so at any moment when you choose, and you're choosing by what you choose to focus on, which is an emotion of some sort, gratitude, appreciation, fun, play, surprise, delight, whatever it is that you choose to focus on, and all choices are valid. You can choose to be depressed, you can choose to be mad, you can choose to be frustrated, you can choose anything you like. Obviously, we like to choose things that feel better, right? So you choose by the way that you're focused, the emotional content, and the facet reflects back. And so the facet can't reflect back what you're not putting in. And so you can't frown and have the thing smile back at you. So you're choosing by what you're focusing on, and then you're collapsing all those different facets of that crystal. You're collapsing it into this instance of you, this experience of you in this moment. And this moment, because all the other ones are linked and attached to you and are right there, present, right there, just like a little angle of the facet, and you're on a new side and you're in a new perspective. And that's really what we're talking about here. Is a quantum leap is shifting your perspective from one to another. All right, so let's do a little quantum activation to help you with your imagination of how you can shift your perspective and allow whatever it is of that more that's calling your name into your life. So you can go ahead and close your eyes if you like. I'm going to keep mine open. You're welcome to keep yours open as well. But when you close your eyes, you're able to imagine much more. And when you close your eyes, if you focus kind of in your third eye and kind of looking up at it, that's always helpful as well. So go ahead and take a breath and breathe right into your heart. Your heart is the place that is the 0 point. It is our ability to feel. That makes us human. That makes us capable and able to choose the version that we want to experience. So focus on your heart. Take a breath into your heart and imagine something that you absolutely adore. And then exhale that out. And take a breath into your heart and imagine your heart expanding, expanding, expanding as big as it can get. And inhale, just sip a little bit larger into your heart and exhale. And now I want you to imagine for a moment that your heart is expanding. You can breathe into it if you like, but just imagine it expanding, 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 growing and growing and growing. It's like a super heart. It is like the largest heart that ever was, and it's growing and growing and growing, and it's growing to the size of the planet Earth, and it is the entire Earth is inside of your heart. And imagine your heart beating in a rhythm, and inside the Earth is beating with your heart in synchronicity, in coherence with your heart. It is a harmonic frequency with your heart. The entire Earth is in frequency with your heart. And just feel what that feels like to be in sync with everything, everywhere, every when. And I want you to imagine for a moment now that your heart, which you might be imagining your heart in any way, but now imagine your heart as a crystalline gem. And imagine all the different facets of this crystalline heart that you have. And I want you to follow the rhythm of that beat that you've been feeling. And you'll find that somewhere in this heart, you'll feel a matching rhythm to that particular harmonic. And it's in orchestration. It is perfectly tuned. And I want you to find the part of your heart that is in tune with that resonance. And now that you're hearing that beat going at the same speed, I want you to see if you can imagine what is it that you are tasting right now or smelling right now. There might be something very fragrant around you, and it might be coming in through your nose, or you might actually be receiving that through your tongue. What are you smelling? What are you tasting right now? And I want you to imagine now, what are you hearing from this vantage point, this rhythm that's happening? You might also notice some other sounds around you. What are you hearing? And is there anything that you're feeling with your physical body? Are you touching something? What are the qualities of it? And finally, is there anything that you are seeing? Is there colors? Is there shapes? And with all of these things that you're experiencing right now, I want you to take a moment and anchor in whatever feels really resonant with this particular beating heart tune of yours, whatever feels relevant to you. And when you're ready, come on back, if you haven't yet opened up your eyes, and anchor in this feeling of your beating heart beating with the entire planet, and whatever it is that you might have tasted, touched, smelled, heard, or seen. And the thing about a quantum activation, you might be experiencing a bit of a blur right now between this version where you're sitting and whatever this version is that you went and visited just now. You visited the version of yourself that's been calling to you. And it gave you a couple of hints. And I want you to write those down, post in the comments anything that you imagined. And it's okay if you feel like you made it up. It's absolutely okay. Write it down anyway. And notice in your world if you see some of these things coming back as evidence that you are on the path. So a quantum leap can look many different ways. Some people can go through that experience and come out, and if they were to allow themselves to see from that perspective that they were just in and merge with it fully, they would see evidence around them that everything has changed. How can you today allow yourself to remember that perspective as much as possible? And keep in mind that whatever you sensed, whether you tasted it, smelled it, touched it, felt it, that these are signals that are present for you right now. And so these are not things that to act on. If you got an inspired moment, these aren't things to act on now. This imagery was relevant now. Don't get attached to that imagery as being, oh, that's who I am in that new reality. Don't get attached. Because guess what? There are so many possibilities, and it's changing all the time. It's changing moment by moment by moment by moment. Your ability to tap into that feeling will allow you to jump through and notice that you're jumping through faster and faster. All right, that's a little taste of a quantum activation. Please share in the comments your experience, and I look forward to reading those comments. And if you enjoyed this and would like more, you can check out two things. Imagine.ceo is an event that we will be doing quantum activations. And as well as that, you can check out my quantum leap process, which you can find at stacy-murphy.com/quantum, which I'll post in the comments as well. All right, take care.